Welcome to Sounds of Brass.
Now, it's over to Peter Webster. In the Sounds of Brass newsroom, for this week's latest Sounds of Brass news.
Shortlist announced for Brass Bands England's awards for 2025. You can now vote for Band Project of the Year. Following an incredible response from the brass band community, Brass Bands England can now announce the shortlist for the Brass Bands England's Awards 2025. The shortlisted nominees: Brass Band Conductor Award, supported by the Brass Band Conductors Association, are Kevin Jordan, Katrina Mazzella Wheeler, Stephen Corden Critchlow, Thomas Doon, Adele Hudson, Kylie Blake and Max Stannard. For the Rising Star Award, supported by the ABRSM, Alex Banner, Nathan Perrell Jones, Isabel Ruth Humphreys and Harrison Lloyd. For Services to Youth Award, nominees are Charlotte Parker, David Chadwick, Jay Hall, Sarah Jane Walbridge, Anna Minia, Pat Phillips and Ian Clegg, MBE. For the Young Bandpersons Award, nominees are Gregor Spence, Jacob Hill and Sydney Paycroft. Now cast your votes. A now annual tradition, the winners of the Band Project of the Year award is decided by the banding community. The shortlisted nominees are the Brass Brigade, Burbags Works, Burbags Band, Buxton, Bratton Brass Roots and Halifax Youth Brass Festival. To find out more about each band project before voting via the online voting clauses at 5 p.m. on Monday 30th of June, winners will be announced at the Brass Band Conference 2025. The winners of the awards will be announced in a special ceremony at the Brass Band Conference in 2025 on Saturday the 27th of September at the Red Hills Durham Miners Hall in Durham. Themed around the next generation, the programme for this year's event will focus on intergenerational learning, leadership, inclusion and the changing landscape of participation in the brass band world. Tickets will be available from 10 a.m. on Friday the 20th of June via the Brass Band England's website. Brass Band England members are eligible for one free delegate place per organisation or individual membership if they book by 25th of July. Congratulations goes out to Professor John Wallace, CBE, patron of the Scottish Brass Band Association, on receiving an honorary award from the International Trumpet Guild for his work within the global trumpet community. This prestigious award is the Guild's highest honour, which recognises John's outstanding contributions in trumpet performance, literature, teaching and culture. An internationally renowned Scottish trumpet soloist, composer and educator, John started playing the trumpet when he was 7 years old and at 16 toured Europe with the National Youth Orchestra of Great Britain. His professional career spans over 5 decades, playing with the Philharmonia Orchestra, the Royal Philharmonic and the London Symphony Orchestra as well. Through this latest well-deserved recognition, he joins such past recipients as Louis Armstrong, Maurice Andre, Edward Tarr, Miles Davis, Maurice Murphy and many others. John commented modestly by saying it's been a rare privilege to work with and play with so many brilliant people. during the course of what has been a musically replete life. He has dedicated much of his career to the promotion of arts education, serving as head of brass faculty at the Royal Academy of Music in London, before becoming principal of the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, formerly the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama. As well as his career as a soloist, John is the founder of the Wallace Collection, a brass ensemble currently based in St Andrews. The Wallace Collection has toured all over the world and is now based in Scotland as a partner of the St Andrews Music Participation, the STAMP project, which has given more than 150 youngsters across Fife the opportunity to start learning a brass instrument since the start of the pandemic. Band will be performing 2 concerts at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe this year on Saturday the 16th of August. At 2:30 at the Greyfriars Kirk, Whitburn will team up with the inventive duo Wallace and Gromit for a special live music show of The Wrong Trousers. As Wallace builds a wacky brass-powered contraption, Gromit and the band must keep the show on track, blending brilliant brass, British humour and a dash of Wensleydale charm as well. Then at 7 p.m. on the same venue, the band will be appearing in a dazzling celebration of lights, music and brass in an unforgettable journey through the magic of musical theatre. From the powerful rhythms of Wicked and the vibrant energy of The Lion King to the heart of Matilda, the soul of Dreamgirls, the emotion of Les Miserables, and the raw honesty of Dear Evan Hansen. This spectacular show brings Broadway and the West End to Edinburgh with bold brass arrangements, stunning visuals, and endless theatrical flair. A night of iconic melodies and timeless storytelling for all ages. If you wish to get tickets, then you can buy your tickets for both shows at Wallace and Gromit and Lights Music Brass. As everyone is aware by now, changes to the national legislation surrounding PVG protecting vulnerable groups membership occurred earlier this year. Whilst many bands have been in touch and have completed or are in the process of completing the relevant checks, there are still several outstanding as the 1st of July deadline for compliance approaches. Scottish Brass Band Association Child Protection Officer Caroline Farron is encouraging all bands to ensure they have the relevant checks in place or to make contact with her for guidance as soon as possible. With the summer holidays looming, she will not be available to process applications as readily as the last 3 months, during which time over 250 have been actioned. For help and information, Caroline's email address is as follows: sbbacpo@gmail.com. That's sbbacpo@gmail.com. The set works to be used at this year's 2025 Belgian National Championships have been announced. The 45th event takes place for the 9th time at the Cultural Centrum Zramberg, Kulturplein in Heist op de Berg on the weekend of the 29th and 30th of November. The defending Championship Division champion is Brass Band Vilbrook. The jury team will comprise of Jane Vesvik, Jan de Haan and Christopher Holding. Bands will perform the set work as well as one own choice test piece. The championship section bands will perform Crazy 20s by Thierry Delerue, which forms part of his ongoing series of works that mark each decade of the 20th century. It is inspired by the city of Paris in 1920, and the sense of excitement and heady optimism were art and culture were about to explode in remarkable artistic intensity. From Ravel to Stravinsky to Coco Chanel and Josephine Baker. The first section contenders will tackle Ingensborg Wilmschen's recent European Championship Challenge section work, Embracing Duality. Inspired by Hell, the mythical half alive have dead gatekeepers to the underworld. Andrew Wainwright's Metamorphosis on Finlandia, based on the famous Sibelius Torn poem, will face the bands in the second section, whilst the third section rivals will play A Boy, written in 2019 by Belgian composer Stan Newhurst. A work that represents reflections on hope, safety, positivity and optimism. So the championship section will play Crazy 20s. The first section will be playing Embracing Duality. And the second section will be playing Metamorphosis. And the third section will be playing A Boy. The second annual Brass Band Week is to run from the 15th to the 13th of July, with more than 100 bands expected to participate across the country. It will be heralded by the Brass Band England Youth Fest in North London on Friday the 4th of July, whilst from the 30th of June to the 18th of July, the sounds of bands will be heard in the annual Proms in the Playground initiative. The full list of the event in Brass Band Week can be found at bbe.band/BBW-events. That's bbe.band/BBW-events. Brass Band Week celebrates the engagement of bands within their community with the fantastic spectacular of over 200 youngsters heralding its arrival taking place at the BBE Youth Fest in London. A spokesperson told 4BR, this event is all about encouraging youngsters to express themselves through music, connect with others, and also have fun performing together. 7 local bands and around 200 children aged 5 to 11 will be taking part in workshops before opening up to the public with 2 hours long performances. The events offer young players a taster of the great British tradition of brass banding competitions, but in a friendly, non-competitive environment. Meanwhile, Proms in the Playground partners bands with their local schools with the aims of introducing children to brass music and the possibility of joining their local band that has been a huge success. Now in its 4th year, it's encouraging community bands to connect with their local schools by offering a performance in their playground. Brass Bands England help to facilitate the links between bands and schools and provide free learning resources focused around Key Stage 2. Any event across the whole of the UK featuring brass bands or brass playing can sign up for the Brass Band Week. For more information, go to www.bbe.org.uk/BBW. That's www.bbe.org.uk/BBW. Live from the Sounds of Brass newsroom, I'm Peter Webster, and that was your weekly Brass Band Entertainment, and the Brass Band World News.